être sauvé dans ce monde, il faut croire. Croire, il faut avoir quoi? La foi. Pour être sauvé dans ce monde, il faut croire. Pour croire, il faut avoir quoi? La foi. Pour être sauvé dans ce monde, il faut croire. Pour croire, il faut avoir quoi? La foi. Pour être sauvé dans ce monde, il faut croire. Pour croire, il faut avoir quoi? Croire. Ce monde, il faut croire. Croire, il faut avoir quoi? La foi. Pour être sauvé dans ce monde, il faut croire. Pour croire, il faut avoir quoi? La foi. Pour être sauvé dans ce monde, il faut croire. Croire, il faut avoir quoi? La foi. Pour être sauvé dans ce monde, il faut croire. Pour croire, il faut avoir quoi? La foi.
We have people that really, when they come up with something, you find that what they are doing is totally different than what everyone is doing. That's what we see today. Of leadership roles. Why? Because I come to realize that most of the people today are just a copy of someone. Because they are not unique. They are not unique. They are not driving a unique purpose. They are not driving something different that people cannot see in other people. Because today you see someone, when they come up with something, everyone wants to do the same. Why? Because it's the result that they are after. But a leader is not someone that is driven by result. It's someone that is driven by the passion to see things in people. There's so many things today to say about leadership, but the great thing is that each generation has its leader who inspires absolute trust, who is totally dedicated to fulfilling his unique role. He understands and appreciates each person's role in perfecting this world and guides him or her accordingly. You know, today it is something very difficult. When I say very difficult, why? Because there are some people, they cannot appreciate what everyone is doing. We see today, even in our environment, how people are fighting. Because if I have the leadership in me, I will not be afraid about something that is happening in someone's life. Because it is something that is appealing to me. Like, for example, when I met Jerry, we didn't agree to come close. But we found ourselves close because he's got a desire, I have the same desire. And then we are attracted. When I met Richard, it was the same. We talked just for an hour, just in front of a tea and coffee. Straight away, everything picks up. Then tomorrow we call. And then tomorrow is a text. Then tomorrow we're going to meet. Then next week we're going to meet. Now, you see, that's what we are missing today. We call ourselves leaders, but sometimes deep within us, we got a sense of fear. We call ourselves leaders, but the gift that is in another person is getting me afraid. Instead of attracting me, instead of us getting together, go and define the real battle and challenge it. But now we start to fight each other without even wages. Sometimes we fight. Sometimes I sit down, I laugh. I said, why are we fighting? Sometimes we know there's a fighting within our community for ideas. You see people even the way they present their adverts. I'm the first one to invite such a certain person to come to you. I'm the first one that is starting conferences. I'm the first one that have started the couples dinner. If today couples are having a dinner, I'm the first one. And now, sometimes I sit down and say that, why these people are calling themselves first, second, third, fourth, fifth? Now, the point is, you driving a change in people than trying to be the first. Because you can do it. Even you can do it, people are saying, it's good. You can do it, people are not seeing you, it's good as well. I asked someone, I said that, if I am a pastor, because today you need to bring everything that you do on TV. That's today's culture. Everything that you do, you have to bring it on TV to show people that look how the ministry is going. when a woman falls down, you need to bring it up. Brr, she's on the floor. You touch anyone on the floor, and people are seeing now. You show the images to show how you are strong and they are weak. But I said to myself, I said, if you find yourself, for example, really in a small town in Ghana, and you feeding 1,000 widows, and then some orphans are eating from your money every day, will God bless you, or will God wait for you to show it on TV? Or are you approved by God, or will sometimes people today, when they do things in secret, they find that it's not even applause, it's not even welcomed, it's not even this and that. Why? Because people didn't see it. Sometimes we are driven, all of us, we are driven the same. We want to do the same thing. We want to come up as well with the same result. Look, now how can people see what I'm doing? I need to show my work up. And even yesterday, I think it was 2 days, a lady came to me and said that, Pastor, we are having a Congolese Achievement Award. I said, what did you achieve? She said, oh no, it's just to encourage people. I said, you that are getting the award, you've been in the TV presenting business for 2-3 weeks. And now you are getting an award. I said, can't you say to the person, say that, I don't want it. Tell him, go back to the person, tell him that, listen, I don't want this. Because I didn't do anything. Just be honest. Yesterday, when we were talking about leadership yesterday, we were talking about honesty. We were talking about trust. We were talking about inner wealth. Things that are deep inside you, that will integrity. But today we don't talk about it anymore. We talk about money, big cars that we're driving, big mansions. They said, I'm a leader. I just kept, I even saw a recorded DVD of someone that did some notebooks to give to some school back home, and he recorded it, and they give you 2 notebooks, and they say, okay, say, what did you receive? I received 10 notebooks, and they said, just show your face properly, show your face, and they're taking pictures. Now I said, what's this? You giving something to someone, and then you want him to be pictured, you want him to be done this and that, and then filmed, and then you want them, people want approval. People want to be seen. People want to show up. People want people to approve them. People want people to acknowledge them. Now, people want people to clap for them. That's today leadership. Why? Because it is not a leadership driven by integrity, by character, but it's a leadership driven by fear. People want people to clap for them to acknowledge that they are leaders. Each generation has its leader who inspires absolute trust, who is totally dedicated to fulfilling his unique role. He understands and appreciates each person's role in perfecting this world, and guides him and her accordingly. Now, that's what we don't see today no more. There's one question that even when I look at churches, there's one question that come on to me. I said that there's so many, if you go everywhere, you see that the ordained ministers, there's too much of ordinations going on and consecration going on. But you find less and less leadership schools. You find less and less leadership schools. For example, within my community, I was doing a research to see how many conferences of leadership that we have in 1 year. It's no more than 5. But if you see the issues that are raising within the context of leadership, there are a lot of issues. But we don't address them. We don't talk about it. We ignore it, but we ordain more. You see how the thing is working? They bring up more leaders, they bring up more leaders, they bring up more leaders, they bring up more leaders without training. And now the market is spoiled with rubbish leaders, things that they say you cannot even understand. You say, what is going on? He said, are you a leader? He said, yes, I'm a leader. But I started to wrestle within myself. I said that if you've been put in a position, that makes you automatically a leader, or is just they are approved, you've been approved as a leader. Sometimes if what happens is when you become such in this position, is that makes you a leader automatically, or is just a sense of approval because you've been called in leadership before. Sometimes today we think that leadership is what people are putting oil on. You know, sometimes they take the oil, they anoint you, they say you become this. That's leadership. But no, leadership, no one knows when leadership starts. It's only God. You can be, it will be from born. I remember myself, when I always give my testimony, I just remember I was talking to my wife. I remember it was a week ago I was talking to her. Today I'm preaching about marriage. But I used at that time, I was about 16 or 17. I've still got a notebook. I was writing some quotes about marriage and share it to my friend. I said, if you want to love a girl, just come in. I will give you some quotes. Then you prepare yourself. I was preparing them. I said, come, I will train you, I will direct you. How is she? She will give me the kind of person. I'll tell you, this person. You can, and I didn't know what that means. It's only today that I understand that he's speaking the language of love of the person. I just knew it not long ago. But I used to do it, but not knowing what I'm doing. I would tell them, I said, you see this person, just go this way. What she said, she's angry. An angry person. Don't worry, it will work. It is just, it's a way of showing that she's strong. Because she knows that she's weak inside. That she's showing you that she's strong. But you just keep trying. It will work. Give it time. Don't go too fast. Just give it time. Go slowly, slowly. Allow it even 6 months, but it will come to pass. Why? Because there are things that you realize that you were doing, but you are not even aware of it. But they were in you. And you cannot explain it. You can be, for example, you see a young girl passing, you want to help her, you don't know why. We went together. I remember I went to Congo in 2011. A young boy was passing by. He just came to me and said that I'm selling books. That was about 6 o'clock. I said, selling books? Yeah. I said, why? He said, because we organized ourselves in our house. My dad said that I should sell books to provide for my sister's school fees, and then mom will work for the food, and dad will work for the house. That's the way they did it. And now, I felt the pain in me to get that book and buy it. I told him, I said, look, I'm going to give you $10 US, then you keep your book. You're going to sell it to someone else. My sister saw the way, said, no. Why? You're going to die in this Congo. You want to help everyone? There are a lot of them in town, these kind of boys. A lot of them, they are everywhere. They will come and tell you stories. I go away. But I was feeling that the boy is sincere. Why? Because it was something that is in me. And that thing was not in my sister. But she was driving a Jeep. Everyone could call her a leader as well because of the car that she's driving. But within her, she doesn't have the passion that I had for that. There's sometimes you pick the message in 1 second that no one cannot pick at the same time. Sometimes, something can pass by. It teaches you in 1 second. Everyone is sitting not knowing. You ask them, I say, did you see this? They say, what? They didn't see it. Only you. And that's what I see me as leadership. Then what people have, today people are so. I've seen people just saying that they've got suits in their house. I remember a guy was doing a program. They were doing a recording of him, and he was saying how long it takes to dress. He said that he's got a little bit, the forklift. He said he uses forklift in his bedroom. That forklift, he will take it, and then because there are some clothes that you need to put on higher places, because he said that it takes 4 hours to choose between suits. He said at the speed of taking one suit in 1 minute. Just to let people know that he's got maybe 6,000 suits. He said, I've got the tires, I've got them 10,000. Trousers is maybe 8,000 something. He was so proud. And today in Africa, even musicians, they call themselves leaders. Because they've got a band. And then they are taking these little girls of 18 to dance, and then naked in front of people, and they call them leaders. But each generation has its leader who inspires absolute trust, who is totally dedicated to fulfilling his unique role. That's the big problem that we have today. People call themselves leaders, but they don't have a unique role to accomplish within the society. They are only a copy of someone. Things that they do is things that they see people do. When they see something, they want to do it. But what is your unique purpose? I tell to people, I say that God didn't create needs and then create man. No. God didn't create man and create the need. But God created the need and created the man after. He created the garden and everything, made it up, and then brought up man and said that, look, come and deal with this. Then he found the need, he found everything made up for him to take care of it, to take dominion over it. Then everyone for me, according to me, everyone that comes under this earth is coming to fulfill a unique role that no one can fulfill for him. For me, there's things that I can only do it me as Johnny. That no one can do it. There are things that George can do that no one will do. There are things that Richard can do, no one will do it. Even though we do it, we can replace him, but will not be him. That's things that I associate with leadership. That's things that me I associate with leadership. Things that are unique. Someone that comes in the minute, and then when I see someone like Obama, people say a lot of things about him. I say as well a lot of things about him. When I see him, the way sometimes the issues about gay, when I see the way he talks, I don't like it. But look at the guy, how he stood up. Quick like this. Sometimes if you look at that guy, he doesn't take time to get the paper in his hand like this. He will start to speak issues like he's speaking about his own house. He will speak and speak and speak because there are things that are within him. He's not copying it from someone else. When you ask him a question, he will not go and ask his PA that, look, they've had this question, how do you think that I will give a response? But so the way you pick it and run with it, even the team will be. He was not prepared for the response, he was not prepared for the question, but it is things that are within him. That's the struggle that we have today. We have a big struggle of unique people. We have the struggle of people that when they come up, you look at them, you say that, who are they? You see them different. They are not driven by desire of money, by desire of wealth, but they're driven by the desire of fulfilling a unique role. That if you ask them, why are you doing this? They will tell you that, I don't know, but I'm doing it. I feel it deep in me. I don't know why. But say, but drop it. I said, I cannot drop it. I cannot stop it. But the only thing I can do is run with it. Sometimes you see in life, you realize that there are things that pay you more that you don't pay attention to. There are things that pay you less. It's where you go. It's because of passion. That's what I call leadership. You go there, you don't have, they will ask you, say, you invested that much. You said 20,000. You go that much, 1,000. But drop it. You said no. But why can't you stop it? They said, it is not me that controls it. There's the desire deep in me that is telling me that you need to continue to do this. And that's the time I say that there's a big difference between work and job. Because when you do your work, and for me work is something that is defined by me, according to the gift that God has put in me. But job is something that they give me to do. I don't have a choice. They propose me money, I say, 20,000, let me do the job. If I don't like, I like it, I will do. Because there's a desire of money. Yeah. I know that in this country, if you don't work, if you don't do that job, you will not, your bills will be an issue. Then let me do it. Sometimes you see, it's my wife that went for an induction because she's doing some customer service in Travel Lodge. And she told me something, so that she was supervising someone and the person entered in a room. And what did the person do? He took, he went there, took the one of a cloth in the bathroom. They were, they put some cloth in the bathroom, they would put on some tie and this and then things in the bathroom, soap and this. And then he took one of the used cloth in the bathroom and tried to clean a cup. He cleaned the cup with and then put it back for the customer to use. And then when she saw it, she said, you see you that when you want to go to hotel, you want to use these cups. What I've seen, I said, what? I said, every cup that I will come across with, I will not trust it. You know why? Because, he said that the same cloth she was using to clean with, that's the same cloth she just put in the cup and and put it back on shelf. Why? Because that's not her work. That's a job. She's been paid for it, and then she's doing it. She can enter in the room, she just do things, she just take the old cup and then she put it back there. Say, who cares? It's my money at the end of the week. But work is something that you cannot play with it. You give value to it because you know that you have worked all your life for it. You know, there's some gift that God has put in you. Sometimes when you use it, you feel yourself that you are fulfilled. When you finish doing something, you say, no. It's not a matter of money, but it's just a matter of that I have done it. There's a thing, you know, there are jobs I could have done like me, jobs I could have done and get paid well and go and do it. But I didn't do it. Something that I'm doing that I love it. Sometimes someone told me that if someone pays you less, do a crap design. You pay you more, do a nice good design. But I can't. Someone will come and give you 30 pounds. You put your time, you change your colors, you do this, you do this. You spend 2 hours. And someone will come and give you 80 pounds for the same thing. You spend the time again, the same way you did for the other one. Now, in your mind, it's very difficult to play, say that, okay, this is giving less. That's what we call dealers. Dealers are like that. Dealers works for interest. They say, no, this one is giving me 2,000. This one is 1,000. Okay, then. Let me call that one and tell him that today I'm busy. I'm busy. Then it's not possible to meet. Very busy. Very, very, I'm telling you, to be honest, very busy. Why? Because they have seen a better deal. Because they are driven by deals than driven by desires.
Small offering and big offering.
Because small offering and big offering. When the big offering is where they will turn themselves to. When the small one is, they will just give them back. But each generation has its leaders who inspires absolute trust. You know, I am praying for it, me personally. I'm praying for it because I've been waiting. I know that we are in that generation. But we are all crying. We are all crying. We've got something within us sometimes that we sit down and we say, God, we want to give you the best. We want to give you some. We are all Christian. We pray, but sometimes why are we here today? Because we got in deep within us that desire of seeing something different. We see people who say, no, that, you know, sometimes because we have that thing in us, that's why we're judging people. When you see someone say, no, this is not it. This guy is, no, that's not. We're looking for something different. Because you know it, you sense it, and you want to see it in people. That's why you see sometimes you becoming strict with yourself. I used to play with my time when I didn't know what was my value. Until one day, I come across a book. The guy said on the book, he said, know your value and value what you know. Oh, it was a Sunday morning. I took the book, I said, I didn't even read it. I said, thank you, book. Thank you. Thank you. He said, know your value and value what you know. And straight away I said, I used to spend time. You know, sometimes you enjoy the phone calls. People call you, take this one. Yeah, I'm on the line. Where you calling? Yeah, you enjoy. But you don't know the value of time. You don't know the value of what you want to bring out of you. That's why I said each generation has its own leader who inspires trust, absolute trust, who totally dedicated to fulfilling his unique role. He understands and appreciates each person's role in perfecting this world and guards him accordingly. He rises above any individual's perspective to take a global view, seeing how each person and issue fits into the entire scheme of contemporary world. A leader shakes people from their reverie and tells them, no, you don't need to live life of desperation and confusion. No, sometimes, you know, sometimes that's how a leader works. A leader is someone that will not see people driving in confusion. He will not see people get lost. It's not for money. It's not for money. But sometimes, you know, today we are doing some paid job. The coaching yesterday was maybe you do it just for fun, but today it becomes a paid job. But even though it's a paid job, some people will get benefit of it. There's something that you help even you don't charge them. Even though that you are charging some of them, but some will get away without charges. Why? Because it's still something that is deep inside you. That desire, you know, that desire is completely lost today, even though in churches and companies, most in churches, you don't see that desire of someone standing and say that this kind of brother has a unique role, a unique assignment to fulfill. We need to give him the support. And there's a system, I don't know, there's a system that I'm completely against. That system that you see when a pastor rises in a position of authority, all his family members will just come across him and then start to be deacons, this. His wife is the second senior. And you see, sometimes it drives the message that why in that church there's no people of potential. In that church there's no one that can stand up in a position of authority. It's only your wife and your kids, and you will see they will bring up all the family. When they say let's bring up the church committee, it's all his family that will come up. Why this? It's because people, you know, don't give other people chance of developing their gift. A leader is not afraid. I've seen so many people that appreciate. You see them sometimes they are sitting, let other people do the work, and they are watching. They're not even afraid. When they see a gift that's growing up in church, it is a joy for them. They say, oh, let's see another gift coming. Let's see another one that raises. Ah, God, thank you that we can have another brother that can take charge of this. But sometimes today, other people's gift are making us insecure. When someone rises in a position of a gift, straight away, we start to build up a wall. So that, how can you fight him? How can you push him on the corner? How can you push him out of this organization? Then he can go far and go and do his stuff. Not here. Here is my empire. It's my wife, my kids, and me, and it's all of us that need to benefit from this cake. Because the church has become a cake, and then people need to share that cake. A leader shakes people from their reverie and tells them, no, you don't need to live a life of desperation and confusion. Yes, you do have the ability to find meaning in your life and the unique skills to fulfill that meaning. There is a meaning to our lives. There is a meaning to everyone's life. But the big problem is that we need to find that meaning and fulfill it and accomplish it. That's the role of a leader. It helps people to understand that they have a meaning, they have a purpose, and they need to accomplish it. And you know, when someone is done within their meaning, the leader is happy. He's happy because he nurtures people. He gives them a chance to show up. He gives them a chance to do things. And he is completely happy to see people developing their talent. A leader does not want followers. He wants to teach others to be leaders as well. He does not want control. He wants truth. He does not impose his leadership on others, but he takes away anyone's autonomy. He inspires by love, not coercion. When it comes time to take credit, he makes himself invisible. But he is the first to arrive at a time of need, and he will never shrink away in fear. He is passionate about your welfare that when you consult him for guidance, it is like coming face to face with yourself for the first time.
Pour être sauvé dans ce monde, il faut croire, il faut avoir quoi? La foi. Pour être sauvé dans ce monde, il faut croire, il faut avoir quoi? La foi. Pour être sauvé dans ce monde, il faut croire, il faut avoir quoi? La foi. Pour être sauvé dans ce monde, il faut croire, il faut avoir quoi? Ce monde, il faut croire, il faut avoir quoi? La foi. Pour être sauvé dans ce monde, il faut croire, il faut avoir quoi? La foi. Pour être sauvé dans ce monde, il faut croire, il faut avoir quoi? La foi. Pour être sauvé dans ce monde, il faut croire, il faut avoir quoi? La foi.